A great day to talk sports. It is right here on News Central TV, and of course it is in the game, and my name is Udoka Njoko. You can reach us on social media and do subscribe to our YouTube channel and get all the live updates of everything happening across the world of sports. And as usual, we kick off the show with our top 5 stories, and we start off with the Nigeria Premier Football League, and it has to do with Doma United. They have denied reports that their players have embarked on a strike on Tuesday over the non-payment of their salaries. Now, there were reports that the players refused to train ahead of their Nigeria Premier Football League rescheduled game against Sunshine Stars. The players are reportedly owed 2 months' salary by the club's management. The Savannah Tigers are battling to escape relegation from the NPFL, and they will host Sunshine Stars at the Pantami Township Stadium on Wednesday. Gombe United currently are 18th position on the log, and of course for Doma, they're also struggling to not get relegated from the Nigeria Premier Football League. We just hope that things work out for Doma United and the allegations will not be true, and the players will come out to fight for the jersey, fight for the club to not get relegated from the NPFL this season. Here from the NPFL, let's go straight to Zambia, as Zambia's Football Federation took to social media to share their Copa Princesses indulging in a well-deserved team dinner after sealing their ticket to the 2024 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. The Zambian Under-17 women's national team, also known as the Copa Princesses, had overcome a formidable challenge from tournament favorites Morocco following a 3-1 aggregate victory in the qualifying rounds after a goalless draw in the second leg on Moroccan soil. The Copa Princesses will be one of 3 African teams to represent the continent at the upcoming tournament, joining Kenya and Nigeria as the continent's flag bearers. Now, the Football Association of Zambia President Andrew Kamanga on Tuesday welcomed the Dominican Republic 2024 Under-17 FIFA Women's World Cup bound Copa Princesses at the Kenneth Kaunda International Airport in Lusaka. And while he was talking to them, he did praise their abilities, their performance against Morocco, because they were the underdogs in that game. And of course, he says congratulations to the team for qualifying for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup.
The first executive committee, I wish to express our sincere congratulations to the entire team and the technical bench for a job well done. We've never had any doubts as to how far we will go in terms of this competition. Because if you remember the day we were playing the APSA final, you played against Uganda as a curtain raiser, and the head of state actually spoke to the team, and we assured him, as patron of FAS, that we were going to make sure that the team will get to the World Cup competition. Now, what is important is that this is just the first step for all of you, because the journey is long.
Of course, it is just the first step for all the members of the team, talking about the Couple Queens, and the FAS president, Kamanga, also ensuring that they will do well at the tournament proper. And this is them qualifying after 10 years. The last time they were at the tournament was in 2014. And 10 years later, they will be featuring at the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. From there, let's go straight to Ghana and talk about Kumasi Ashanti Kotoko Sporting Club. They have officially parted ways with Black Stars goalkeeper Danlad Ibrahim and 10 other players following the conclusion of the 2023-2024 Ghana Premier League season. Now, the departures were announced by the club in a post on X, formerly known as Twitter, in the wake of the Porcupine Warriors' 6th place finish in the 18-team standings. Kotoko registered 14 wins, 7 draws, and 13 losses in the immediate past season to record 49 points, but fell just 2 points shy of a second-place finish in the league. The disappointing season powered extensive talks of a mass departure from the club, and such reports were confirmed with a mass exit. We saw Danlad Ibrahim, that's the goalkeeper, and midfielder Serge Eric Zeze, who were the biggest casualties due to a mix of injuries in the case of Zeze and in different form in the case of Ibrahim. Now, Ibrahim, that's the goalkeeper, was named in the Black Stars 2022 FIFA World Cup squad that exited at the group stage. Of course, our players have been asked from that team, and a bit of rebuilding going on with the club that's talking about Ashanti Kotoko, knowing that next season they believe that they will come back strong, hoping that they can get quality players when the transfer window opens right there. All right, away from that one, let's go straight to our next story, and it's about swimming and doping scandals. China will send 11 swimmers implicated in a major doping scandal to the next Paris Olympics after the country named its squad for the Games. 23 Chinese swimmers tested positive for the heart drug, which can enhance performance ahead of the pandemic-delayed 2021 Tokyo Games, which emerged in April. And they were not sanctioned after the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, accepted the argument of Chinese authorities that the positive tests were caused by food contamination. Now, several of the swimmers went on to win medals, including gold in Tokyo months later. China named its swimming squad for Paris on Tuesday. Among them were 11 of the 23 who were named in a news report in April that broke the story about the mass positive tests. In April, it was reported that 23 Chinese swimmers tested positive for TMZ at a domestic competition in late 2020 and early 2021. It was determined by Chinese anti-doping authorities that they ingested the substance unwittingly from tainted food at their hotel, and no action against them was warranted. Now, the World Anti-Doping Agency's decision not to punish the swimmers and allow them to carry on competing provoked intense criticism, particularly from the United States. From there, let's talk football happening right there in England. Talking about the English Premier League now. Newly promoted side and former champions of the EPL, Leicester City, are in talks with the former Nottingham Forest manager, Steve Cooper, with a view to an appointment this week. The 44-year-old has been out of work since he left Forest in December, having brought the club up from the Championship and kept them in the Premier League in their first season. Leicester City faced a potentially significant points deduction over profit and sustainability breaches and a challenging first season back in the Premier League. The club consider Cooper to be by far the best option for the season and are optimistic that they can survive despite obvious obstacles. They lost Enzo Maresca, their manager, to Chelsea last month, with the Italian having won promotion back to the Premier League at the first attempt. Cooper is a free agent, having been dismissed by Forest. So in the coming days, in a week, of course, we sure will know who Leicester City will employ, because he had conversations with the former Chelsea manager, Graham Potter, and we hear that that conversation has been stalled, with Steve Cooper being the main man who just might take up that role. But we'll keep fingers crossed, and we'll surely keep tabs on the story, and we'll let you know the development from Leicester City. Let's go straight to the world of athletics, and it went down over there in the Nigerian National Trials in Benin. Now, the men's and women's 400-meter finals of the 2024 Athletics Federation of Nigeria National Trials stared upset on the final day, as University of Michigan athlete Dubem Amene won the men's title, while Esther Joseph emerged as the winner in a strong women's final on Tuesday. The women's final was the first to thrill the crowd, as African Games silver medalist Elo Esther Joseph clocked 51.7 seconds to win her first national title. She held off a late charge from Patience Okon George, who finished second in 51.76 seconds, and Imabong Nse Oko finished third in a season's best of 52.04 seconds. The men's final also created another thrilling spectacle, as Amene also won his first national title, clocking a time of 45.44 seconds. He beat Emmanuel Ojeli in a season's best of 45.69 seconds, while Dubem Nwachukwu, who posted a season's best 45.7 seconds, was third. Moving on to the men's 200-meter final, it was Sunday, Israel Okon, who pulled an upset in the men's final, storming to a new personal best of 20.8 seconds to win. He defeated Alaba Akintola, who was second in 20.81 seconds, while Consider Ekanem followed in 20.88 seconds. And the Precious Nzako also took the women's title in a new personal best of 23.14 seconds. She edged Olayinka Olajide, who was second in a personal best of 23.17 seconds, while Ella was third in 23.73 seconds. Of course, we are looking forward to the Olympic Games, and these athletes will also represent Nigeria right there, and hoping that they can perform well, and hopefully, we're just hoping that African athletes, Nigerian athletes will surely make it to the podium to either win gold, silver, or bronze. But just so you know, the major thing about the Olympics is the participation, the unity that these events bring together, talking about all the athletes across the world. All right, from the Olympics, let's talk about another tournament which will also serve as a qualifier for the Olympics, and also see how these athletes can actually play themselves and also enhance their skills as they prepare for the forthcoming Olympic Games to happen in Paris, France. Now, the WTT series is the highest series of table tennis tournaments recognized by the International Table Tennis Federation, that's the ITTF. Now, one of the competitions in the series is the 2024 WTT Contender in Lagos, which will be held from the 19th to the 23rd of June at the Molade Okoya Thomas Hall of Teslim Balogun Stadium. The table tennis event is the second edition of the WTT Contender Series to be held in Lagos. Now, Nigeria became the first sub-Saharan African country to host the tournament, and the 2023 WTT Contender Lagos marked it as one of Africa's top table tennis hubs. Now, less than 100 players will participate in this year's tournament, and the low number is attributed to the Olympic Games starting in France on the 26th of July. Players are in camps ahead of the Games, and some are taking precautionary measures to avoid injuries. Now, talking about one key player for Nigeria who will not be at this tournament is Quadri Aruna, who will not play after pulling out of the tournament due to precautionary measures to prevent injuries. We know that he did not get to feature last year, and this time around, he's not getting to feature. And of course, it's to tell a tale for the young athletes who want to see Aruna Quadri, who has been a source of inspiration for the young talents. Now, let's take a look at some of the games that have been played so far. We see in the mixed doubles qualifying round 1 in table 4, of course, it was Matthew Fabumi. There's also Rofia Jimo, who took on Muiz Adegoke and Kabirat Ayola. Now, Muiz Adegoke and Kabirat Ayola won their table 3 love. And we also saw in table 3 as Aziz Sholanke and Ajoke Ojomu, they won 3 love against Ganiyu Ashimiu and Aminat Fashola. Now, the duo of Liu Jicheng and Shai Huyao of China defeated the real one Akombi and Ashwaju Bisola 3 love. So, huge tennis tournaments happening right there. It is a day 1. And we'll surely have our correspondent over there at the Teslim Balogun Stadium, Molade Okoya Thomas Hall, and we'll surely be getting all the updates as the days go by. And the Nigerian athletes are surely giving their best to ensure that they can put up a good performance in front of home crowd right there. Thanks for staying with us. It is still in the game on News Central TV. Now we'll go straight to the Teslim Balogun Stadium the venue for the WTT Contender Series, and it is happening directly at the Molade Okoya Thomas Hall. And we've got our correspondent right there, Oluwatobi Ayinde, who will be joining us to give us a bit of update of what's happening right there at the event. Good to have you with us, Tobi Ayinde. Thank you for joining.
It's so good to be here. It's such an electric atmosphere right here at the Molade Okoya Thomas Indoor Complex right here at Surulere. It's exciting. A lot of games have been going on. Ghanaians just passing through. I've just played a couple of games also. Less than 100 table tennis players are here trying to compete for the WTT series. And you also need to know that we have just seen the likes of Edem Ofyong, Olajide Omotayo, and India's oldest table tennis player that will be taking up the Olympic flag, or the India's flag at Olympics, talking about Achanta. That man has represented India for a couple of times, about 5 times right there, and we just left the presser speaking with them. So it's been exciting right here. We've seen a lot of Nigerians, we've seen a lot of fans also. The fans are supporting the Nigerians heavily right here.
Right, I know that we have a couple of superstars who are currently at the Molade Okoya Thomas Hall, but we also know that this year's tournament, last year we saw a lot of them, the top 10 players, the top 100 players featuring in this one. But this year, there's been a low turnout from the top players in the world of table tennis due to the fact that, of course, it's the obvious reasons. The Olympic Games will kick off in a couple of weeks' time, next month to be precise, in July. Now, what is the effect? What has the turnout been like for the fans right there at the venue?
Well, I must tell you that the turnout does not deter the fans from coming out to support the Nigerians and other athletes or other table tennis players. It's been a whole lot of numbers. I can see fans to my left and to my right here just chanting the support, despite the fact that top players are not available. And you know that the Olympics is just a few weeks away. Despite that, a lot of fans are still here to support the players. But you also need to know that there are still some big names here. Just a couple of hours ago, I saw Matthew Kuti, the young table tennis prodigy, right here, and he was looking very ready to play. The big boys are not playing today, although you need to know that the qualifying round 1 is going on right there. Mixed doubles was in the morning. The singles is presently going on. We just left the presser with the likes of Edem Ofyong speaking to her also. So when you see the likes of Edem Ofyong, Olajide Omotayo, and Achanta of India, you see all of those big names also. You know that the fans will be ready to catch a glimpse of greatness, catch a glimpse of the beauty of the great sports of table tennis.
Right, I know the visuals are not so good, and I'm sure we'll surely have you later on when the pictures are clearer, so we can see what's going on at your background and enjoy the very beautiful game of table tennis. Thank you, Oluwatobi Ayinde, for joining, and we just hope that when you get back, we'll get more analysis on what's happening over there in the Molade Okoya Thomas Hall Stadium, the indoor hall of the Teslim Balogun Stadium. Thank you, Toby, for joining. Now from there, let's go straight to the world of basketball, as organizers of the annual Africa Basketball Festival are set to launch the festival in the United States this August 2024, where they will outline plans to host mini festivals in multi-cities in the United States and a few other countries ahead of the 2025 festival in Ghana. Now, the festival, which brings together basketball teams from different countries to compete, showcases fashion brands and musical performances, which aims to promote cultural exchange and foster international unity through sports and entertainment. 2024 will be the 4th edition, with previous editions held in 2019, 2022, and 2023, with 6 countries: Ghana, Nigeria, Togo, Liberia, USA, and France. Now, I've got Yao Sachi, the CEO, Right Sports, organizers of basketball, the Africa Basketball Festival, a lifestyle event that merges the game of basketball with music and fashion shows. Glad to have you with us, Yao.
Thank you very much, Udoka. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And my regards to all Nigerians watching me now.
Thank you very much. I know there's been a lot of rivalry between Nigeria and Ghana. But of course, when it comes to sporting activities, in as much as the rivalry is there, we'll still need to focus on what is at hand. I'm not going to ask you about the rivalry because we don't want to start a fight this morning. All right, let's talk about the Africa.
I'm not done with the jollof fight yet.
Yes.
I'm not done with the jollof fight yet. So let's focus on basketball.
It's all right. We'll play. We'll still eat basketball on the. We'll eat jollof rice on the basketball. But then, let's talk about the Africa Basketball Festival. Take us through exactly what will be happening in Ghana in a couple of months' time.
Well, once again, thank you so much, and I bring you greetings from the Rice Boss team here in Accra. So just like you captured aptly in your introduction, the Africa Basketball Festival is a lifestyle event that merges the game of basketball, fashion, and music. And this was occasioned by the government's initiative called the Year of Return, which the president launched in 2018, and that sought to bring all the Africans in the diaspora and, of course, global citizens to Ghana to celebrate, December in Ghana. And we felt as basketball promoters the opportunity to showcase some basketball, because all the events in December were music events. You hear of Afrochella, you hear of Afro this, Afro that, and so that's what occasioned this great event, and it was very successful in 2019. Unfortunately, because of COVID, in 2020 and 2021 the event didn't happen, but returned strong in 2022 where Nigeria Ghana played, and unfortunately Ghana beat Nigeria, and then we had France and the US, and then 2023 we came back with 6 countries. We added Togo and Liberia, and this year we're doing 10 countries. So you don't need to be a prophet to know that come next year, the number of countries are going to increase. In our quest to make this a proper African celebration, we've decided to extend, the festival to the US, and not just the US, but we'll definitely be staging mini tournament in the participating countries. But this year, we are launching in the US, and essentially to announce the tour. So we're going to have a tour across a few of the countries in 2025. So for example, next year, Udoka, don't be surprised to see us in Nigeria, where we are going to have a mini showcase, not just in basketball, but remember that this event is for fashion, fashion brands and the music, folks in the music industry, and of course basketball. So we will do a little showcase in Nigeria. We'll do something in Liberia. We'll do something in France, in Germany, in the UK. All the participating countries, the places we'll be able to go. It is just a build-up to the event in Ghana. And sometime this year, it's October 22 at the University of Ghana here in Accra. So the launch in America essentially is just to outdoor the African festival there, and also to announce plans for the celebration in Ghana in October. So this year, 10 countries are expected to participate. There are 2 universities involved, and there are a lot of fashion brands coming from Nigeria. Yeah, last year we had a fashion brand from Nigeria, some from Niger, from Sierra Leone, and from the Gambia also coming to showcase. And we've got some fashion brands also from the US, France, and a few other countries. So yes, we're gearing up. We're excited about the opportunity, and we can't wait to host all these countries in Accra, Ghana, from October 24 to 27th here at the University of Ghana.
Right, so still talking about that one now. Yes, it is beautiful to see that there's a combination between basketball, fashion, and music, because indeed basketball is a wholesome game because it has to do with fashion as well, because basketball kits are very well fashionable. I've seen a couple of basketball players. When you see them, you know that, look, this is a beautiful basketball outfit. Although there are some basketball players who get to wear these beautiful kits but still do not know how to play the game of basketball. But then, I have seen it because I played basketball and I know exactly what it is. Now, looking at the teams that will participate in the festival, are they national teams? Are they club players? Are they just selected players?
Very good question. So in Ghana, there is a Team Ghana coach who goes around to select his top 12 to present as the Ghanaian team. So, for example, the Nigerian team has been a composition of different players, you know, of Nigerian descent who come together. Most of them are resident here in Ghana, but I'm aware that last year they got a few boys from Lagos to come and join the team to participate. Last year, we extended an invitation to a team. I think they are based in Abuja to come and represent, you know, Nigeria. But you know, they had some issues last minute, so we had to now still work with the Nigerian players, some here in Ghana, and those who were able to join them from Lagos. But going forward, it's the plan to have, you know, a club, being a university, whichever basketball group that wants to come and represent the great nation of Nigeria, we welcome. Once they are Nigerians, once they are basketball players, and once they are ready to play and represent their country, we are good to go.
Don't be surprised if you get to see me a feature for the Nigerian team over there in Ghana. But
it will be amazing to see you, Udoka. It will be amazing to see you on the Nigerian team, and so we can't wait to see you here in October.
it's all right. So the festival that would happen in the US, you know, when these basketball players come together to play, there's always this little hope that somebody just might see them and pick them. So are we going to be having basketball agents who would feature and also pick one or two players for the future? You never can tell. You might discover talents who would make it to college basketball or even the NBA.
Fantastic. So that is exactly what we're doing. We feel that this is a global platform to showcase talent locally. And so that is exactly, you're a prophet. You've seen clearly the direction we're going. So the event that will happen in the US in August, specifically August 17th in Laurel, Maryland, is just to outdoor. We're bringing together NBA players. We're bringing together owners of basketball teams in America. We're bringing together fashion brands that are looking to extend their footprint in Africa, be Nigeria, be Togo, be Liberia, be Ghana. We are creating a bridge that would connect fashion brands in Ghana, people in the music industry, and also basketball, the community in America, in Germany, in France, in all the participating, you know, countries. So the main focus for the launch is to bring all these stakeholders together and then to form partnerships, and then also to announce the plan for 2025 in the US and other countries. Now, in the US, for example, next year, we're already in talks with folks in Houston, in New York, and then in Maryland, where we are going to hold trials. Players to, you know, participation or to grow interest among the American people who would like to travel to Ghana to be a part of the festival and then to support Team USA. Let me quickly say that as part of Hold in Ghana Forever, starting 2026, there are already conversations to move the festival around. The festival will always be held on the African.
Oh, wow. The network, the gremlins have crept into the network, but I'm sure we'll still have your Yao Sache, who will still give us more updates as we get close to the festival, and we'll surely get more updates from him. All right, Yao, are you back with us?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right, I can hear you, so go ahead.
Okay, so like I was saying, always be held.
The network will not let us have a smooth conversation, But trust me, we will surely have you again, and we'll get more of this information from you. But we are glad that this is happening over there in Ghana, talking about the basketball festival happening over there in Ghana. And teams across the world will surely join from Africa and from Europe as well. So we look forward to it happening in October. And of course, the one that will happen in the USA in August. So from there, let's still talk about other things happening in the world of sports. Moving on to the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. We told you earlier that Kenya, the Copper Princesses, celebrated with the FAS president, that is the Football Association of Kenya, Zambia president, celebrating their qualification to the Under-17 World Cup. 3 African teams will make it to this one, as Nigeria, Kenya, and Zambia have qualified for the tournament. Now, looking at the seedings from the FIFA Under-17 World Cup, in Pot 1, we see Dominican Republic, there is Spain, Japan, and North Korea. In Pot 2, we have Brazil, United States, Mexico, and New Zealand. In Pot 3, there is Nigeria, Colombia, England, and Ghana. While in Pot 4, there is South Korea, Ecuador, Kenya, and Poland. Now, the draw will be conducted at the monument to Fray Anton the Mont in Santo Domingo, unveiling the pathways and challenges ahead for the 16 participating teams. The 2024 tournament, set to run from October 16th to November 3rd, will see matches played across 2 cities, Santiago and Santo Domingo. Remember, it's happening at the Dominican Republic, and they are the host nation, and they feature in Pot 1 with the likes of Spain, Japan, and North Korea. We are rooting for the African teams, Kenya, Zambia, and the Flamingos of Nigeria, hoping that they can bring back the laurels from the tournaments. Still talking football, let's go straight to fixtures of games that will go down later today. Starting off with the President's Federation Cup, the women's quarterfinal fixtures will see Nasarawa Amazons take on Remo Stars Ladies, while Niger Rattles will take on FC Robo Queens. Delta Queens will be in action, taking on Sunshine Queens, as Oshun Babes will play against Rivers Angels. These are the games to go down in the President's FA Cup quarterfinal for the women. While in the NPFL, that is the Nigeria Premier Football League, a rescheduled fixture will see Doma United take on Sunshine Stars. We told you earlier that the club's management came out to deny reports that the players are on strike because of unpaid salaries. So we'll see later today if the players will feature against Sunshine Stars or not. From there, let's go straight to Egypt, looking at the games that were played yesterday. Smoha SC beats El Dakhla by 3-2. Al Ittihad Alexandria lost 1-0 to Al Ahly, and it was a 2-2 draw between ZFC and Farco FC. And today, Baladiat will take on Pyramids FC, while Saramika Cleopatra will be up against Future FC. While in the South Africa PL, the qualification group fixture will see Richards Bay take on Baroka FC. Now, moving on to the Euros now, 2024, we've seen a lot of interesting games. And, the major upset happened when Belgium lost to their opponents. That game ended 1-0. Of course, a lot of fans were hoping that Belgium was going to win, but it didn't get to happen for Belgium. But looking at the games that were played yesterday, Turkey against Georgia, it was looking like Georgia was going to get the upper hand because the likes of Kvaratskhelia, who plays for Napoli, featured in that game, but it didn't happen for Georgia at all. Turkey had other plans. They won that game 3-1. The third goal came with the last kick of the game, with the goalkeeper from Georgia trying to get an equalizer to make it 2-2. But of course, from a corner kick, it didn't happen for them, and it was Turkey with their star man who went up front to score the third goal to ensure they won that game 3-1. While Portugal played against Czechia, of course, Czech Republic, that game ended 2-1, with Portugal coming from a goal down to win that encounter. And from there, we'll look at the games that will go down later today. Germany taking on Hungary, and of course, Scotland will be up against Switzerland. Remember, in the first game, it was Germany that defeated Scotland by 5-1, while Switzerland beat Hungary by 3-1. So it means that Switzerland will want to continue that fine form. But for Scotland, they want to right the wrongs and get a victory against Switzerland to get their tournament up and running. While Hungary, they've lost the first game against Switzerland. And against the German Machines, who are the host nation, it is a tough one to call because the Germans will go all guns blazing. Now with that, let's take a look at the Group A standings. Of course, Germany, after playing the first game, they top Group A with 3 points, while Scotland comes second with 3. Switzerland comes second with 3 points as well. Germany has a better goal difference. They have 4 goals as a goal difference, while Switzerland have 2 goals, while Hungary have no goals, no points. Scotland also, they have -4 goals and no points. So it is a tough one for Hungary and Scotland to survive this group, because Germany and Switzerland look like they will be the ones to qualify, because if Switzerland gets to defeat Scotland and Germany beats Hungary, it means that Switzerland and Germany would have qualified from Group A with 1 match to spare. Moving on from there, let's go straight to the other game that will go down, and that's in Group B. Croatia, when they lost to Spain 3-0, they came out to apologize to the fans, saying they were sorry and they will do better in their next game. Now, they are playing against Albania. Albania lost to Italy 2-1 in the first Group B match. And for Albania and Croatia, they are wounded Lions. They will surely want to bounce back and get a result in this one. So it means it's going to be a cracker between these two countries, Croatia and Albania, with the likes of Modric playing for Croatia. He will surely want to get the job done for his team. With that, let's take a look at the standings in Group B. Spain and Italy are right there at the top. Spain on top with 3 points, 3 goals as goal difference, while Italy have 1 goal right there. And of course, they have 3 points as well, with 1 win in their matches. Talking about Spain and Italy. Albania on 3rd position with no points. Croatia 4th with no points. So if Croatia gets a victory today, they would jump straight to the 3rd position. It depends on the scoreline between Croatia and Albania. If they win Albania with as much as 4-0, then they will leapfrog Italy and be in the 2nd position. So we'll see how things turn out for Albania and Croatia. So 3 games today. Germany will take on Hungary, Scotland versus Switzerland, and then we would see Croatia taking on Albania. Interesting games to go down in the Euros, talking about the Euro 2024 tournament. All right, from there, let's go straight to what will happen. Well, we're still talking about the Paris Olympics, as a judo world champion, Ho Ming-mi, was born and raised in Japan, but she will represent South Korea at next month's Paris Olympics. And of course, it is all about fulfilling the wishes of her late grandmother. Now, his grandmother was known to have been a key figure in the community of the Koreans living in Japan, and she told Hugh that she wanted her to compete for her ancestral home if she ever got to the Olympics. She has a Japanese mother and a Korean father. Now, 3 years ago, Hugh gave up her Japanese citizenship and moved to South Korea to train. Hugh won the world title in May at the -57 kg. She is a rising superstar in South Korea, where judo is popular, but the country hasn't won women's Olympic gold in the sport since 1996. Hopefully, the Japanese-born judoka can win gold for South Korea.
사실 올림픽에서 메달 타는 것도 힘들다고 생각을 했었는데 이번 세계선수권에서 금메달 타고 좀 그게 자신감이 더 생기고 엄청 금메달 타고 싶어요. 제가 그렇게 한계에서 시합 나가서 이렇게 하는 거는 할머니가 말씀해 주셔서 하니까 좀 생각이 더 나요. 저는 뽑아서 어부찌개 많이 하는데 이제 상대도 다 알고, 그래서 조금 반대쪽이라 앉아서 어부찌개라 그런 걸 연습을 하고 있어요. 좀 올림픽이 큰 시합이라서 너무 긴장도 되고 좀 사실 불안한 마음도 있는데
Because she says as the Olympics gets closer, she is feeling very nervous, but she will prepare hard and feature in that one. Hopefully, she can get to win the gold medal at the Olympics, talking about the sports judo. Now let's go straight to another thing happening in the world of sport as 8 women will break new barriers in refereeing the 2024 Copa America. Now, the oldest national team tournament in the world will have female referees for the first time, and one of them is Venezuelan Migdalia Rodriguez. Brazilian Edina Alves and American Mary Victoria Penso will be the main referees, while Brazilian Nusa Bach, Colombian Mary Blanco, Venezuelan Rodriguez, and Americans Brooke Mayo and Catherine Nesbitt were chosen to be assistants at the event, while Nicaraguan Tatiana Guzman will work with the video assistant referee. Now, after the Copa America, Rodriguez will go to the Paris Olympics along with another Venezuelan referee, Emeka Calderas, who is among the main referees. Now, 38 of the 89 officials at the pinnacle event of sports will be women.
Es un sueño, es algo que yo digo, a veces me despierto en la mañana y estoy logrando cosas en tan poco tiempo, porque inicié como árbitra internacional en el 2016 y hay personas que hoy en día tienen 15 años a nivel internacional y no han logrado unos Juegos Olímpicos, y yo hoy en día lo estoy logrando y es en realidad emocionante, único en realidad. Y en realidad este es un sueño. Venimos trabajando por eso. Yo desde que inicié hubo un momento que siempre mi preparación física iba enfocada a querer llegar a torneos de hombres. Y hoy en día se está cumpliendo. Ya tuve la oportunidad. Yo empecé en el 2009. En el 2009 las oportunidades para las mujeres dentro del fútbol masculino no eran tan abiertas. Hoy en día es algo...
Remember, at the 2022 Qatar World Cup, we saw a couple of women who also featured as center referees and, of course, the ones at the VAR and side officials as well. And it's just a beautiful thing to note that women are beginning to get noticed, and talking about them officiating the football game, we are beginning to see them progress in these games. So for the Venezuelan, talking about Rodriguez, she is one of the other women who have joined the refereeing campaign, and we believe that she will do a great job when the Copa America kicks off in a couple of hours' time, to be precise. Thursday it kicks off, and we'll see major matches from Friday upwards. Remember, the likes of the giants right there, Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, all featuring in the Copa America. Beautiful football tournament to look forward to ahead as we also watch the Euro 2024. So football is not done on our screens. We would enjoy this, and after the Copa America, we'll surely have a few months, a few days, and then Paris Olympics will kick off. And afterwards, in August, we'll find club football back, the likes of the EPL, Italia, Serie A, the La Liga, the French Ligue 1, and of course the German Bundesliga. All right, that's our dry wrap on today's show in the game on News Central TV. I am Udoka Njoko, and I hope you enjoyed the conversation, and we look forward to more shows right here on News Central TV. Keep it locked down because we give you the best when it comes down to TV programming. Do enjoy the rest of your day.